Greetings, Oregon Ministry Network family. I am very excited today to bring a special announcement to you. As many of you know, Pastor Sean and Ashley Silveri released a video a short time ago telling you that God has called them to plant a church in Bend, Oregon. So we're excited about that. Many of you have been praying with us for church planners. So on one hand, this is an answer to prayer. And those of you that know Bend and Deschutes County, it's one of the fastest growing regions in our state. So in that respect, we're very excited. God has provided us church planters. We are looking forward to that and wanting to embrace and endorse that in every way we can. But on the other hand, as the GenNow director for nearly 6 years, with Sean and Ashley stepping out, that leaves a void. And so you're probably wondering who that next person will be. And we have been holding off for a little while to before we made the announcement for a lot of reasons. But I'm happy to announce that after a lot of prayer, after the full endorsement of the Oregon Ministry Network Presbytery, we have found someone. You know, Sean has done a great job in these nearly 6 years of developing teams. And he surrounded himself with teams, and I think that's certainly our approach. We think we can do more together than we can do on our own, and Sean has modeled that. Well, it's from one of his team members from one of those teams, well, in fact, several of those teams, that today I'm happy to announce Brogan Groth will be our new GenNow director, and I have he and Sarah with us today, and I'm just so excited and that you guys get to be with us. We're excited. We've been waiting a long time to announce this, and so finally we get to announce it. But obviously we know you, many of the people watching know you, but many do not. Tell us who you are. Give us a snapshot of who you are. Tell us about your family. Tell us a bit about your kids. Tell us about your ministry journey to this point.
Yeah. So I've been born and raised in Portland, Oregon, the whole metro. Spent most of my upbringing. I was in a family that loved the Lord. We grew up in church. Most of my growing up was in an Assemblies of God church in a couple different churches. And actually, not to brag, but kind of a humble brag, I was actually Royal Ranger of the Year when I was like 7 or 8 years old. So proudest accomplishments. But yeah, just growing up in the church, growing up loving the Lord. And for college, I went to George Fox. And then right after that, I was hired at Horizon to be a youth pastor. I started as an intern, was part-time, and then kind of worked my way up into running the entire youth ministry. And so that's kind of my upbringing. Before Sarah.
Yeah. And then I was born and raised in Montana. Okay. So I was converted at birth. You know, when you're raised in a Christian home. Yeah. And we were farmers for a really long time. When I got into high school, my dad became a pastor. So I'm also a pastor's kid. And then went to college at MSU Bozeman. And
Montana State.
Montana State. Yeah, he's like, nobody knows what I'm doing. Nobody knows about
Montana State.
And I was a part of Chi Alpha there, because my sister was, and Chi Alpha changed my life. Like, you know, raised in the church, but it really became my own faith. And that's really where I was introduced into the AG and was like, man, this is where I want to be. My degree was in geology. I love rocks. Go ahead and make a rock pun. It's okay.
All right.
And I actually came to Oregon because of that. I had an internship at the John Day Fossil Beds National Monument for geology. And while I was there, I got involved at the church at Spray, and just fell in love with the people, was there for a summer, and then they asked me to stay and be their youth pastor, and I have no experience with youth ministry, with pastoral ministry. I didn't think that's where I was gonna go, and so I said yes, and 6 months into the job, realized I had a call of ministry on my life, which is awesome. And so I was there for 2 years, and that's actually how we met. It was at OIC 2019. We played a game on stage, super competitive. Brogan beat me, and I was a little bitter. And then he thought I hated him because he beat me in this game.
She doesn't handle losing well, Pastor Lee.
And then a year later, we met again at the Oregon Coast Forum and hit it off, started dating, got married. We both attended Horizon, Brogan in the youth ministry. I was heavily involved in the youth ministry, but also ran the hospitality for the church and our school of ministry. And then in 2024, we had twin daughters, Everly and Harper.
Wow.
They're wonderful. And now
they're almost 2.
Oh yeah,
they're almost 2. So we are fully in toddler phase right now as parents, which is really fun. But yeah, so about a year ago, we felt God was calling us into something new. And at the time, you know, I think a lot of times when we feel God calling us out of something, we then look for something similar to what we know. But we started realizing God was calling us into something that was really new to us. And we had looked at different churches and locations, but we felt like God wasn't calling us to a specific church, but to a state. I kind of got an image of the whole state of Oregon, and I felt like God was shifting my heart to, this is what I want you to reach, not just one city or one spot. And so Youth Alive presented itself as the right option at the time, and we felt like God was really asking us to step into this. And this last almost year with Youth Alive has been incredible. A really good learning experience. We never thought U.S. missions was going to be a part, or missions of any kind was going to be a part of our story. But this last year, being able to go on the road, build relationships, learn what it looks like on the other side has been really amazing. And then a couple months ago, you reached out and asked if we were interested in applying, and we prayed, spent a lot of time really seeing if this is what God wanted. But again, we just feel a call to the state. We feel called to reach people, reach youth pastors, kids pastors, youth and kids students in this state. And so we're really excited. We're really excited for this next season and to see what God's going to continue to do. So, yeah.
Well, we're excited as well. You told me, and you mentioned earlier that you're a graduate of George Fox, but what was your degree there?
My degree actually was a focus on kids ministry and church. It was kind of a church business and camp ministry. So, it was an interesting study.
So, and then you served as a youth pastor at Horizon for, was it 9 years? 9 years, Derek.
And I was a part of the church for 18.
So part of that.
Yeah.
You know that you're going to do youth pastoring, children's pastoring, and a lot of camps, right?
A lot of camps, yeah.
So,
it's kind of crazy how God uses it. Because if I'm being honest, right after college, kind of felt like failure because I couldn't find a kids pastor job. And Horizon was like, hey, we want you for youth. And I was like, all right, let's see what God wants to do. And now it's the combination of both, which is, I'm really excited. I really believe in not just youth ministry, but kids ministry. And I'm really excited to get to work with the kids workers from around the state.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite people are third graders.
So
I'm really excited.
Well, at the day that we're shooting this video, Pastor Sean and Ashley were going to try to join us, and he was called to jury duty last minute.
Yeah.
You guys already had babysitters. We already scheduled with our team. We felt like we needed to record. So we, went ahead without him. But fast forward, yesterday at the Fusion event, which is our event for all of our youth leaders and children worker leaders from around the state join. And yesterday there was a presentation of you guys as the new leaders. Cindy and I were able to be part of that, Sean and Ashley, and very exciting things. And there'll be more talk about that later, but that was great. But in addition to that, the big question everybody wants to know is timeline. So what we have done in the past is if we can have an overlap with the previous leadership, we feel like it works really well. We did that with Brian Eno when he came on to replace Boyd Powers in that role. We later did that with Tom Murray when he replaced Boyd Powers in that role for World Mission. And so what we're going to do is March 1st, which is this next week, you guys are coming on full-time with us. Sean and Ashley will still be full-time. We will go March, April, May with with you working together for those 3 months. That'll get us through Amplify, which is one of our big events, and hopefully prepare you as much as we can for the summer, although you've been heavily involved in the camps in the past already. So it isn't like that's brand new to either of you, both as youth pastors and then of course as part of the leadership team. And then June 1st, you guys will take over, and we are very excited about that. We'll have some other opportunities at Summit perhaps to say thank you to Sean and Ashley because they've done a fabulous job, and by the time we get to Summit, they will have been in this role 6 years. I'm going to make you a promise. When Sean came in, Pastor Bill and his team brought Sean on, great choice, and then that little thing called COVID happened. And we immediately told him, you can't do anything. That won't be the case. We want you to do everything. But we also are praying that God will give you wisdom and direction going forward. I feel like you're an answer to prayer for us. And we really believe that. And everyone we've spoken to believes that. And, God inserts us at different seasons. And your season will come up. It won't be forever, but it'll be your season. And but with that in mind, between now and June 1st, there's some things that have to happen. You feel like you want to relocate down to the Salem area. So we need to pray with you guys about housing, right? You've got these active toddlers and you got to figure that out. You got to make some adjustments with with a lot of things. I know, Sarah, you also, maybe some of the people don't know, but you work for Synergy.
I do.
Yeah. Are you going to be able to continue that?
I am. Jeremy and I have already spoken about it.
Yeah.
And the best thing about this role is that we're traveling a ton, and I work completely remote as Jeremy's executive assistant. So I can work while we're traveling, while we're there. Brogan's in a meeting. I can be in my own meeting, and we're super excited. And as a part of Synergy, we work with the network churches.
Yeah.
And so I'll be able to work with the leads and with the church staff, as well as the kids and youth workers. So we really feel like we get to love the entirety of the church, which is super, super special. Because I wasn't raised in Oregon. So I'm like, I don't know where that church is, but now I do. So we think our jobs have really meshed together to make us a power couple.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I believe you are a power couple, and I believe you're here for a perfect time. You know, I want to say just a shout out to Sean and Ashley, and you know, what a great job they have done, and what a great job they've done helping to prepare us for this moment. And they were the first people we went to, by the way, and just said, you know, as we look across the landscape and with the team members, give us some names, and you were one of those names, and the Lord made it obvious that you were the right choice. So we're excited. Anything else you want to say? Anything at all?
I think hitting on Sean and Ashley, just how thankful I am for their leadership. Watching them lead, like coming into COVID and lead through that was really cool.
Yeah.
There were some, I think a lot during that season, it was easy to just accept the circumstances that are going on, but to see Sean and Ashley really push through, and life change was still happening during that, and to see the fruit of that even now 5-6 years later has been really cool. And Sarah and I are really excited. We are really excited for this, and I honestly, with the timeline, one of the things that I love is my first event is camps. I get to get out on the road. Camp is different because you get time. There's multiple days, phones are off, phones are put away. And so we're just excited to build relationships, allow conversations to happen. And we're really looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Well, I hope everybody on this video that has seen this video will openly welcome you. I believe they will. They're such a welcoming group that you work with. You know, we get the opportunity, we in this office get the opportunity to serve more than 170 churches and more than 550 ministers. And I want you to remember, we work for them.
Absolutely.
We do. We serve them, and we will serve them, and we will work really hard so they don't have to work quite as hard. And I'm excited that you guys are on the team.
Thank you.
Look forward to it. Love and appreciate you already.
Thank you.
And I look forward for that growing in the future. And we'll have some years together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right.